Have you ever felt like a number was following you? Not in a haunting way, but in a quiet, persistent rhythm? Maybe it kept showing up on receipts, license plates, phone numbers, digital clocks, and maybe for a moment, you wondered if it meant something. You might have brushed it off as chance, but somewhere deep within, a voice stirred, a whisper, a knowing, that this, whatever it was not just coincidence. Now breathe. Feel the energy around you. This isn't just another day. It's May 2025. And though everything might appear the same on the surface, something beneath it all is shifting. The air carries a different weight, a subtle hum, like the stillness just before a powerful storm or the quiet before a profound awakening. There's an opening now, unseen yet deeply felt, a portal, not a door in the physical world, but one made of energy, intention, and timing. A rare energetic gateway that's humming with potential, with wealth, with transformation. You're not imagining this. Around the world, people are tuning in, some consciously, others without knowing why. But they're sensing it through the small things. Sudden chances that seem to come out of nowhere. Money showing up without clear explanation. Dreams that linger longer than they should, filled with symbols, faces, and places that feel oddly familiar. Conversations that seem to echo your private thoughts. Patterns too aligned to ignore. This is energy at work, not chaotic or random, but purposeful. It's speaking to you, and it's doing so through numbers. You see, numbers have never been just symbols for counting. Since ancient times, across cultures and continents, they've been considered sacred. They vibrate, they guide, they carry meaning far deeper than we've been taught to believe. And when we slow down, when we open ourselves to truly see them, they reveal paths, messages, and truths we've forgotten how to hear. Right now, in this final phase of May, 6 specific numbers are glowing with a resonance more intense than any others. They're not ordinary. They're aligned with celestial patterns, ancient wisdom, and the pulse of spiritual awakening sweeping across the planet. And if these numbers are reaching you now, it means you're ready. Or at least you're being invited to be. So we'll go one by one, slowly, deliberately. Each number has its own vibration, its own role to play in the unfolding story of your life. And when we've explored them all, I'll reveal a bonus number. Rare, powerful, and capable of amplifying your ability to attract abundance and alignment. But that part isn't for everyone. Only for those whose hearts are open and spirits are steady. So before we dive in, I want you to pause, not just casually, but fully. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath slow. Let the noise of the day fade away. Say this, softly or silently. I am aligned with wealth. I am open to receive. And now we begin. 11. The whisper of intuition. Some numbers speak, others echo. But 11 whispers. It doesn't demand your attention. It gently tugs at your awareness, again and again, until you can no longer ignore it. There's a softness to this number, a sacred stillness. It holds the energy of heightened awareness, spiritual connection, and inner knowing. It doesn't scream to be seen, but when you notice it, you feel it in your bones. And once you feel it, everything shifts. Master number 11 is often called the number of the intuitive messenger. It's a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms, a number that heightens sensitivity and opens your energetic field to messages beyond logic or reason. When 11 starts appearing in your life, in repeating digits, sudden encounters, moments that feel perfectly timed, it's not a coincidence. It's alignment. In this moment, right now, in May 2025, 11 is vibrating louder than usual. Not in volume, but in depth. It's like a frequency humming underneath everything, calling those who are ready to tune in. And if you're reading this, you are one of them. You may already have noticed subtle shifts. Maybe you've been waking up at 11:11 with no alarm. Maybe you keep glancing at your phone at exactly 1:11 or 11:11 over and over again. Maybe you hear something on the radio, only to have the same phrase echoed in a conversation hours later. That's not random. That's resonance. 11 is the number of synchronicity. It shows up when you are being guided, when your soul is quietly nudging you toward a truth your logical mind hasn't caught up with yet. It's in those moments when your gut feeling says yes, but your brain says wait. And 11 is the energy that says, trust the yes. It doesn't give you the full map, but it offers the next step. And that's all you need. You might notice your dreams becoming more vivid, layered with symbols and emotions that linger long after you wake. You might feel waves of déjà vu or sense someone's mood before they speak. You might even begin to hear your own thoughts reflected back to you in books, podcasts, or conversations, like the universe is holding up a mirror. This is 11 awakening your inner guidance system. But here's the key, you must create space to hear it. 11 doesn't thrive in chaos. It doesn't compete with noise. It asks you to slow down, to breathe, to listen, not just to the world around you, but to the quiet wisdom within. That means spending time in stillness. That means noticing how your body reacts to different situations, how your chest tightens around a no and relaxes into a yes. It means asking, what am I being shown? Instead of, what should I do? The energy of 11 is sacred, and when it flows through you, you become a channel, more open to inspiration, more connected to your purpose, more aligned with your path. Things begin to flow. Clarity emerges. Opportunities arise seemingly out of nowhere because you're no longer resisting, you're listening. And the more you listen, the louder the whisper becomes. Until eventually it's not a whisper at all. It's a knowing, a quiet confidence that doesn't need proof, a calm certainty that says, this is who I am. This is where I'm meant to go. That's the gift of 11. Not certainty, but trust. Not control, but connection. Not logic, but intuition. When you begin to walk with 11, you begin to walk with your higher self. And from that place, everything becomes possible. 8. The energy of sustainable wealth. Look closely at the number 8. Two perfect circles stacked atop one another, mirroring each other in perfect balance. But there's more to it than symmetry. Tilt it sideways and it becomes the infinity symbol, a reminder that true abundance isn't fleeting. It flows, it loops, it sustains. That's the quiet power of 8. At its core, it represents wealth, not just in money but in mindset, in choices, in energy. In May 2025, 8 isn't just present, it's active. It's pulsing beneath your daily choices, infusing your thoughts with the call to build, to stabilize, to rise. This is not quick cash energy. This is legacy energy. 8 doesn't hand you a windfall. It teaches you how to create one. It doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for commitment. And right now, it's inviting you to step into that version of yourself. The one who doesn't just hope for success, but builds it. This month, you might feel a sudden urge to clean up your finances, to track where your money is going, to finally invest in that idea that's been tugging at you. That's 8 speaking. You may find yourself drawn to systems, to structure, to routines that strengthen your foundation. That's 8 guiding you. You might feel pulled toward mentors, role models, or strategies that feel both ambitious and practical. That's 8 aligning you with a higher standard. Because 8 is practical magic. It meets spiritual alignment with earthly action. It says, yes, visualize. Yes, affirm. But also move. Make the call, send the email, apply for the opportunity, launch the project. This is the frequency of showing up. Not once, but again and again with intention. And the beauty of 8 is in the return. The energy you pour out under this number doesn't evaporate, it circulates. What you give with clarity and focus returns multiplied. What you build with care and discipline becomes solid. What you commit to now plants roots, and those roots, if nurtured, will bear fruit long after this month ends. But here's what 8 will not tolerate: chaos. If your energy is scattered, if your intentions are vague, if your actions are half-hearted, 8 will feel heavy. It will feel like resistance. Why? Because this number is about alignment. It demands that your inner desires match your outer efforts. It asks you to show up with integrity, to walk your talk, to lead yourself before you expect anyone else to follow. So take a breath. Ask yourself, what does sustainable wealth look like for me? Not just in dollars, but in energy, in time, in joy, in purpose. Then start moving in that direction, one grounded, intentional step at a time. 8 isn't about overnight success. It's about long-term elevation. It's about building something that lasts. And when you walk in partnership with this energy, when you meet it with clarity, discipline, and faith, it responds. It multiplies. It rewards. The door is open. The energy is moving. Step into it. Build wisely. You're not just creating wealth. You're becoming the kind of person who can hold it. 22. The Master Builder. At first glance, 22 may look simple, just two twos standing side by side. But spiritually and energetically, this number carries deep, undeniable weight. Known as the Master Builder, 22 is the architect of dreams. Where other numbers inspire, 22 constructs. It doesn't just imagine potential, it lays the foundation, designs the structure, and brings it into form, one intentional step at a time. In May 2025, this number isn't whispering. It's calling, loudly, purposefully. It's asking you to get serious about your vision, to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating it instead. 22 doesn't ask if you're ready, it simply asks, will you begin? This energy is deeply practical, but also profoundly spiritual. Because building something meaningful in this world isn't just about plans or checklists. It's about alignment. It's about weaving your inner calling into your outer actions and trusting that what you build with heart, purpose, and persistence will hold. You might feel this number showing up as a surge of focus, as an urge to finally organize your thoughts, to map out the business idea, restructure your days, or turn a vague wish into an actual commitment. That's 22 at work. It brings vision into the physical realm, but only if you meet it halfway. It's a co-creator, not a magician. This month, under the vibration of 22, the universe is nudging you. Start the thing, build the habit, create the system, have the conversation, lay the first brick, then the next, and the next. Nothing grand is built in a day, but nothing gets built at all if you never start. And 22 is about beginning, deliberately, bravely, even if imperfectly. You may also notice your patience being tested. That's part of the process. 22 teaches that anything worth building takes time. It's not about shortcuts. It's about structures that can support your future, your energy, your mission. This is where discipline meets devotion. If you're someone with big dreams but a history of stalling, listen closely. 22 has arrived as your wake-up call. Your blueprint isn't a fantasy, it's a roadmap. And every time you act in alignment with it, no matter how small the action, you're saying, I believe in what I'm building. So pause and ask yourself, what vision have I been sitting on? What foundation do I need to pour? What can I do today to bring my future closer? 22 won't push you. It won't beg. But if you answer its call, if you say yes to the slow, sacred work of building, it will support you in ways that feel nothing short of miraculous. Because 22 is not just a builder, it's a portal to legacy, to mastery, to making the invisible visible. Brick by brick, it says, one breath, one choice, one aligned action at a time. The future is not waiting, it's ready. And now, so are you. 3 are the light of expression. Number 3 carries the bright, effervescent energy of self-expression, joy, and the power of creative flow. It doesn't push or demand. It dances, it sings. It reminds you that your voice is not just a sound, it's a frequency that shifts energy around you. In May 2025, 3 is active and vibrant, calling on you to reconnect with your natural essence, the part of you that creates not for applause, but because it must. Have you felt silence lately? Like your words have been locked in your chest, your ideas caught in the fog of overthinking? That's the shadow of a suppressed 3. But when this number awakens, it clears the blockage and invites you back into your truth. Unfiltered, unrehearsed, and beautifully human. This isn't about being loud, it's about being honest. It's about writing the message you've been too afraid to send, sharing the story you once buried, laughing without apology, crying without shame, creating without permission. 3 is the medicine for the parts of you that have gone numb trying to hold it together. It invites emotional release, and with that release comes alignment. Expression is not decoration, it's energetic necessity. What you suppress becomes stagnant. What you share becomes alive. This energy might show up as an urge to journal late at night, paint without a plan, or finally say something that's been living in your throat for months. It might arrive in unexpected laughter, in sudden tears, in the need to dance, sing, or move your body without explanation. Don't question it. That's the number 3 moving through you, breaking dams and lighting sparks. You may also notice synchronicities tied to communication. Seeing repeating 3s after you speak your truth or receive a sign just after opening up. That's validation. That's alignment. Under this influence, ask yourself, where am I holding back my truth? What part of me wants to be seen, heard, or expressed? What would I create if I let go of fear? And remember, expression doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be real. Your soul doesn't care if the poem rhymes or the painting is pretty. It cares that you released it, that you honored your own voice. This month 3 gives you permission to loosen the grip, to speak from the heart, and to trust that your authenticity is not only enough, it's magnetic. So tell the story, sing the song, scream if you need to, laugh until you cry, let it move, let it rise, let it be free, because when your voice flows, so does your power. 5. The pulse of change. Number 5 is the wild heartbeat of transformation. It doesn't knock politely, it bursts in, throwing open windows, rearranging plans, and lighting fires where things have grown cold. In May 2025, this number pulses louder than usual, carrying the vibration of necessary shifts, courageous choices, and unexpected momentum. If you felt stagnant, emotionally, mentally, creatively, 5 arrives to stir your soul and push you toward movement. It may begin subtly, restlessness in routines, a whisper to try something different, a gentle tug away from the familiar. But if ignored, 5 will grow louder, through disruptions, awakenings, or sudden pivots that shake you loose from what no longer serves you. This number doesn't come to break you, it comes to free you. May is not a month for clinging to what's safe. 5 challenges comfort zones and dares you to ask, what if there's more waiting just beyond this version of me? It's the energy of travel, exploration, freedom, externally, yes, but more importantly, within your own spirit. This could look like quitting a job, ending a habit, launching an idea you've been sitting on, or saying yes to something that scares and excites you at once. It's change, but not for chaos' sake. 5 brings meaningful disruption. It clears out the stale so you can breathe again. You might find yourself suddenly drawn to new people, places, or paths that seem to appear out of nowhere. Trust the impulse. Trust the timing. That's 5 inviting you to evolve. It's also a call to curiosity. Not everything needs a map. Some journeys begin with a single question. What would happen if? Let that question be your compass this month. You may also experience emotional shifts, old wounds surfacing, beliefs unraveling, truth becoming clear. That's part of the change too. Release what no longer resonates. Shed skins. The you who's emerging is lighter, freer, more aligned. To work with this energy, ask yourself, what am I resisting that's actually trying to liberate me? Where have I outgrown my own patterns? What's calling me to move, explore, or evolve? 5 reminds us that life isn't meant to be lived in straight lines. It's waves, spirals, leaps, and falls. And every shift carries purpose, even the ones that feel messy at first. This May, let the wind blow through your life. Let what's loose be carried away. Let what's new arrive, even if it doesn't yet make sense. Because 5 doesn't need you to have it all figured out. It just needs you to trust the pull and take the step. 44. The Master Stabilizer. In the whirlwind of change, when everything feels uncertain or sped up, 44 enters like a sacred pause, a grounding force that steadies your spirit. This number doesn't speak in flashes or fireworks. It whispers reassurance through structure, consistency, and trust in the long game. Known as the Master Stabilizer, 44 holds immense spiritual power, rooted not in dreams or ideas, but in the doing. It reminds you that even when emotions swirl or plans feel upended, there's a deeper stability available, a divine order unfolding beneath the surface. In May 2025, 44 is quietly active. You may not notice it right away, but if you're feeling called to rebuild your foundation, to restore your inner balance, or to bring more intention into your daily routines, that's 44 speaking to you. It's the energy of showing up, of honoring the small steps, of remembering that greatness is built, not rushed. If you've been feeling overwhelmed by life, expectations, responsibilities, 44 arrives like a spiritual anchor, urging you to slow down and trust the process. Not everything needs to be solved at once. You're not behind. You're being fortified. There's a protective quality to 44 too. Often when this number appears repeatedly, it's a sign that unseen forces are surrounding you. Guides, ancestors, energies committed to helping you stay strong and aligned, even if you can't always feel them. They are holding the perimeter while you build. 44 also brings attention to what supports you, your habits, your health, your home, your mindset. It invites you to assess what's shaky and reinforce what matters. It's not about perfection, it's about intention. Think of it like this. If you were building a house to last generations, you'd care more about the integrity of the foundation than how fast it went up. That's the wisdom of 44. Ask yourself, what structures in my life need strengthening? Where can I create more peace and protection for myself? What steady action can I take today to support long-term growth? This is not flashy energy, but it's some of the most powerful. It protects what's sacred, builds what's lasting, and turns dreams into grounded, tangible reality. So if life feels chaotic, pause, breathe, come back to center. Take the next right step, even if it's small, because under the guidance of 44, small steps become sacred paths, and steady effort becomes spiritual power. If these numbers have awakened something deep within you, take a moment to pause and truly listen to that inner voice. Feel the call, the shift, the subtle invitation to step into alignment. If you resonate with this energy, write below, I am aligned, I am ready. Let those words anchor your intention and open the door to what's coming. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Buddhism Mindset. By spreading this message, you help amplify this powerful current of transformation, reaching others who need it just as much as you do. Every interaction sends ripples through the collective consciousness. Remember, even a small act of generosity, a $50 offering, or any gift given with pure intention, can ignite a profound spiritual flow. In Buddhist teachings, generosity isn't just about giving. It's a sacred practice that opens you to multiplied blessings, creating waves of abundance and kindness that return in unexpected ways. You are here for a reason, not by accident or coincidence. This moment, this month, this energy is calling you. Trust that you are ready to receive, ready to grow, and ready to transform. Let these numbers be your guide, your signposts on the path toward a more abundant, aligned life.